This is BR-163MS by Zero Oito. I never know if I say that right. Oito. 659.13 megabytes to download. Pretty hefty, but there's a ton of detail on it. It's a pretty cool map. The description says, a map based on a stretch of the BR-163 highway in the region of the city of Dourados, in the state of Mato Grosso do Sul, adding several characteristics of the region, a region that produces mainly corn and soybeans. The map has 62 buyable lands, 46 fields plus 6 fields of sugarcane, 2 grain selling points, multiple production points, a quarry, sawmill, animal dealer, vehicle shop, BGA, 10 new productions, custom soil map for precision farming, point of sale for productions, I assume taking in the Platinum DLC if you're using it. It also has some extra mods which we will obviously take a look at. It says some places have opening hours and some places can flood when it rains. So let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where you start off in all 3 modes. And this is the map, people. Obviously it is a Brazilian map. Pretty cool sound effects on there, pretty nice detail. If you've played on any of Zero Oito's map, I can't say that, you'll know what you're probably in for if you play on this map. So yeah, pretty cool sound effects and a ton of detail, hence why the megabyte download is pretty hefty. And also the slot count, well, it's not too bad, but it is up there a little bit. We'll look at that in a second. But I am in new farmer mode. We are down here. That is our pickup truck right in front of us. In new farmer mode, we start off with that, which is just plot 1. It's quite a big plot, to be fair. It's got a value of just over 393 grand. We do start off with 2 sort of forest areas with a few trees, 2 fields. There's a farmhouse on here, a silo, a liquid tank, which we'll look at in a bit more detail later, a cow barn on here, so not too bad. Do start off with some cows in there as well, which again we will look into later, and they do look after you on this map if you come on here in new farmer mode. Well, I'll talk about the other modes as well in a second, because it does kind of tie in with that. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Anyway, in terms of field prices, I think this plot here is the most expensive, 1.3 million just over, and I think down here was the cheapest, 37,000. There is other plots that you can buy. Obviously if it's got a number on it you can buy it, and there is also some plots you will need to buy for certain things to show up. Now obviously I'm going to add in some money and I'm going to do that for you, and as we go sort of through the map tour. And also so a couple of the productions I'll buy as well. Forestry area, huge one here, 828,000. There's a few smaller ones up sort of round here, look, like so. This one's got a field tied in with it, so there's plenty of places to buy. This is the quarry up here, it's got line production. Obviously you can buy that again when we get up there. I will talk about that a bit later. This is the sugar production. Now you can buy that plot, but it's quite a big area, but there's quite a few buildings in there. It's been done really well, if I'm honest. Whether you would want to buy it, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much sort of room you've got to put anything else down, because if you buy this plot of land, and the same for the BGA on here, it doesn't mean you own that as a production. You still need to buy it as normal via the sort of spanner, the wrench. And talking of the BGA, that is over here, and again you can buy that plot of land that the BGA's on, but if you buy that plot it doesn't mean you own the BGA. You'll have to do the same thing. And plots like this we're going to buy in a second, because things are going to show up. But yeah, I think basically that's the map, guys. We are going to do a little bit of a weird route round. I'm going to finish off down at the farm, which isn't ideal if I'm honest, but that's what we're going to do. So we'll kind of do all this, take in that, and then we'll go up round like that, and then we're going to end up down here at the farm. Right, we'll go through slot counts, mods and all things like that as normal. If you've seen one of my map tours, you'll know what's coming up. 20 collectibles on here. We don't start off with any productions just yet. There is contracts available on the other fields that we don't own. They've got some cool pictures of people. And there is our cows. So you do start off with cows in that cow barn in any mode. It just means you don't own that plot of land in Farm Manager and start from scratch. So if you do buy that plot of land, all those symbols on the map will appear. The cows are still there, and as you can see, they've got maxed out water, straw and TMR, which is nice. So that's pretty good, and they are 18 months old, so they are on their way to being reproductive. There's our equipment. Now in the crop crop prices menu, if we scroll all the way down, we do have a few extra products that we can produce. So obviously stones would be where the base game would end. So soy oil we can produce, and then we've got some milk, skim milk, UHT milk, whole milk, lactose free milk. We've got canned corn, canned olive, yogurt, tomato sauce and ketchup, and I'll show you where you can produce those in a second. And if we scroll up, crop calendars all the same, there's no extra crops or anything like that, so that is that bit. Let's do the mods. I will come over here out the way. In sheds, we've got a few extra sheds. As you can see, there is one of them on the map which we will see like so. I'm not going to go through all of them. In silos, we've got this silo that is at our main farm, which again we will check out in a second. It is not a multi-fruit one, but it does have a 1 million litre capacity, so not too bad. Silos extensions, we've got this bin, we've got this cool thing, a silo bag, which you can place down. It's got a 200,000 litre capacity, and then a water tank extension. In containers, we've got this liquid tank and another one there, so different sizes. They are both 100,000 litre capacity. As soon as we get to one, I will talk you through it and show you it, but they are pretty cool. You can have multiple things stored in there, which is nice. Farmhouses, we do have 3 farmhouses for the map, which is nice. And then in factories, if we scroll to the end, we've got a bakery. Now that has just been modded in because of the name. As you can see at the front there, it does exactly the same as the sort of base game bakery, nothing different, nothing sort of extra. And then we've got this canning factory. Now this looks a bit like the oil mill. There is not one of these on the map yet, so you will need to place them down. I bought every piece of land up and not one of these showed up. You'd think it would already be shown anyway, so if you want to go down this route, you will need to place it down. But this is where you're going to get your canned products from, so like the canned corn, canned oil, no, olives I think, wasn't it, and the ketchup, which is nice. And then we've got an oil mill there, which we can do soybean oil extra, so that's your soy oil, like so. I don't think there's one of them on the map either, pretty sure there isn't. What else are we at? Greenhouses, we've got these 3 guys, the small, medium and large. They are slightly cheaper, but they require seeds and solid fertilizer as well as water, and there's no option to do, you know, either. Some modded greenhouses you can either just do water, or then you can go down the route of solid fertilizer and seeds, or manure and seeds, but this will require all 3 of those ingredients. In animals and cows, we do have a modded in cow barn with feeding robot. It's exactly the same building as far as I can see, but it's got an increased capacity, 160, whereas the base game one is only 80. There is 2 of those on the map, which we will see later when we buy up some plots. If we go into decoration and lights, we've got this little single floodlight. It looks more like a street light to me, but that's what it's called. And then if we go into landscaping and the painting, got a few extra things. A couple of animal muds, asphalt, dirt, concrete, small dirt, forest ground, grass, a couple of gravels even, dirt again, concrete, gravel, and then rocks, so not too bad. And in trees, this is pretty cool. We've got some modded in trees. So we've got some eucalyptus trees. I'll pick some bigger ones. That's pretty cool. Don't remember seeing a map where we've got those, unless I've missed something. And then we've got some mango trees as well. That's pretty cool. Now whether you place one down, I actually just thought of that. I've not tested it. Whether the mango sort of appear as a fruit on there, I'm not sure. If I remember, when we get down to the farm, we'll put one down. Then we've got some various size palm trees, which is pretty cool. And that is it for that. And then in plants at the end, we've got a couple of extra meadows that you can place down if you want to. So that is the modded in things, guys. I think I have covered all of that. So we'll get cracking on, I think. What I'll do is I'll just show you the first few sale points, and then we will buy up some land. I will add in some money, and then let's just wait for this chat. Oh, one thing I wanted to say, there's people walking around in the supermarket as well. How cool is that? Something a bit different. Right, people are going to have to move out of the way. Again, another cool feature. It's going to be easy to get sidetracked, but I will try and get through as quick as I can, but obviously giving you a nice detail. I know we've had sports sort of arenas, baseball ones and things, but I'm pretty sure this is the first football or soccer, to our friends across the pond, pitch. We've got a little bit of a stadium there. We've got our ball here. Our football is also a collectible there. We'll have that. It is the game cartridges. 20 to collect, 50 grand. It's just, yeah. That's enough of that. Ridiculous. Right, let's crack on. So just here we've got a gate. Now that is locked. We cannot open it. It says 7 on there, but if I skip forward to 9, that will open. Now whether they all open at 9, I would have thought they would do. But there you go. If we come into here, you can already hear the sounds, the engine of this truck's running. But just here is our first sale point, and that is the supermarket sale point. Basically around the back of where we started off, and then further around the back this side, joined on to the supermarket. You'll see around the front in a minute. We've got the restaurant, and that is the sale point for the restaurant. Now there is 2 restaurant sale points on here, so if you are taking your products to one of them, make sure you pick the right one, because there could be quite a difference in price, so just be careful. They are both labelled up as restaurant. Right, I am going to add in some money. I will park here and get ready, and I will see you in a second. Right, we're back. Couple of hours on, and we have 12 million. So let's buy up some of these plots of land. I've written them down just so I don't forget. So 52 is a plot we need to buy. 563,820. We'll buy that. That then puts up a farmhouse. There's also one of those liquid tank and another silo up there, and obviously you get this filled with it. This plot here, need to buy that. 272,000. Again, another farmhouse, and then was also got another silo. They are both base game silos, and then obviously you get this field just here. This plot here, you've got quite a bit of forestry area, like so. 480 grand just over, and then we do have 8 large greenhouses which we'll check out, and then we've got quite a few of these liquid tanks as well, which I'll show you a bit later as well. Plot 19, that is this guy, so that's going to come with this field. Let's buy that. Now obviously this dairy is on there, so that doesn't mean we own that dairy. Like I said earlier, you will need to buy it as normal, but as you can see, 2 cow barn, the feeding robots have appeared. They do have cows in as well. We'll look at them in a second. One's maxed out with the feed and one hasn't got any in. And I think one's got 80 cows, one's got 60, but again we'll check it out. And there's a big shed down here as well. And I think the last plot to buy was down here, which takes that field in. We do get a little farmhouse there and also another one of those liquid tanks. I'm not going to travel to that one. I may go up into landscaping just to show you, but the small farmhouse that you'll see on these farms here is exactly the same building as that, and obviously one of those liquid tanks like so. I think that is all we need to do in terms of buying plots of land. What I like is it is so, feels so bright and fresh. Look at the colours. It's got a very cool feel to it. Right, we've got a speed bump just there. We're going to go this way and then we're going to need to come back on ourselves, because this is where the animal dealer and sort of things like that are. We need to jump out and open these gates. Right, I'll pull in under here. So this is going to be our sale point for your bales or loose grass, hay, straw, etc. Through this door, which obviously you can access there, we've got this guy and this pipe. Now this is where you can buy animal feed. So it's going to be like your TMR, etc. like that, which is pretty cool. If we run back and go into the pickup, like I say, if you've played on any of Zero's maps, then you'll know some of these things and what to expect for buying products. So just here we've got a point where we can buy slurry and manure, and if we drive round we've got our actual dialogue box. If I click on that, even it's going to show up those cow barn feeding robots and also our cow barn there. I don't know why I put straps on. And then we've got our animals, and as you can see they are animated again, as you'd expect with Zero's maps, but these are using up pens. As you can see, that is a sheep pasture, it's a pig pasture, so you know it is using up probably a animal capacity per one, but I think it's pretty cool. I like seeing the animals moving about. Brings a bit of life to the map. Just up there actually there's a rather large electricity substation. If you go near it, it's buzzes and everything. Pretty cool. Accurate sound effects. Right, let's head on out the way we came. Oh, excuse me sir. That building there, the blue one, I'm not going to pronounce it, that is technically the bank, and the little exclamation mark there is for your checking your finances, should I say. So instead of a cash machine, I've gone slightly too far, it's like the bank, and you've got people there queuing up. Let's just open that because we can with that one for some reason. This is our bakery. So this is where your products will appear. That's where you're going to tip in for your bakery. Now, just on our right, I forgot to mention this, we've got a like derelict spot there which we can buy. We are just here. That does actually come with that plot, which is a bit random. 51 grand, just over, just shy of 52. So you could clear that if you want and maybe put some production down or something like that, which is pretty cool. And if you want to buy the bakery, the icon's just there next to that blue sign. And then just here we've got around the back, that is the pizzeria sale point, like so. Pretty cool church here as well, look, nicely detailed, all the cars about, very nice. I think I've just missed one, haven't I? Yes, I knew this would happen. I'll go into landscaping mode because I should have gone from the pizzeria across and into here, and this is market, so this is another sale point just like that, which is nice. Yeah, I'm going to miss so many things here. We've got some sort of wasteland here, as you can see it runs through. It's broken up into 3 different sections which you can buy, which again is going to give you plenty of scope to do whatever you want. Create some more fields, put down some placeables. Happy days. Whoop. Some of the tracks are a little bit bumpy, so you might get thrown around a bit like that. And then we are heading into this area. This is going to be where the dairy is. I am going to buy that production, as you can see in the flowers there. Look, I'm going to call it Manet, but this is it. So we need to buy that, 70 grand. And if I click on that, it's got your usual things you would expect with the dairy, so we can produce butter, cheese, chocolate. But then we've also got yogurt and then those milks that I talked about. Now they all do only require milk, and the ratio is exactly the same as you can see, so pretty good, not too bad. And then we tip in, or unload I should say, just here, and then just straight forward, that is where your products are going to appear. But again, you can hear all the noise. Here's one of the cow barn with feeding robots. We've got some cows in there already. I can't remember which one this is. Oh, this is the brown Swiss, and I think, yeah, if we go look at the field info, they are completely empty with feed. In fact, we'll go up. So that is those guys, and then these are the, oh, that's interesting. When I came on here earlier, I could have sworn those, oh, unless I was looking at them, I could have sworn that that was filled up. I might have made a mistake there. I might have read the wrong one. But anyway, I think it looks like they probably both need feed and water and things like that. There is this huge shed here, like so. It is a base game shed, and we've got a workshop trigger out the back. And then just down this slope, we've got a big bunker silo at the back, and then we've got this other cow barn there, and that one has the Holsteins in. I'm not going to go through it, and it is a base game one, so obviously your triggers, hopefully most of you will be familiar with. But I do need to sort of crack on a little bit, otherwise this could be a long map tour. And also we've got this sort of freeway, well, highway isn't it, it's called, running up through the middle of the map here. Let's get on the map and I'll show you. So across here, so getting to some of these places may be a little bit tricky. You might need to figure out the best route to go, because obviously we've got crash barriers in the middle, so you can't just cut across everywhere. There is crossing points every now and then, but not that regularly, so you might find yourself going up the highway a bit more. So look, BGA there coming up, before you can get to where you want to be. And this is our BGA. So usual sort of icons. It is just a standard BGA, but if you want to buy this fella, 875,000. So like I said earlier, with most of the plots, if you buy the land, it doesn't mean you own that production on there. We've got a, whoa, that was a big bunker silo and a shed. I have noticed actually on here, and there is pretty obvious one. In fact, I didn't drive in there, did I? The very first 2 sell points I walked in, didn't I? If I drove in them, it in fact, that's not the way I need to go. This is what I mean about picking your best route, because you end up facing the wrong way on that highway. So I've got to go all the way around the back now to get to this sell point. But if you were coming from the other way on that highway, you could just nip off and into there. Right, first of all, we'll do this one. This is a sell point, and this is, what is this? This is sale of agricultural imports, I think it was called. I've just put agri imports. Yes, it is inputs even. I don't know why I put imports. Wow, he was walking downstairs then, how random. Cross through into here, we've got another sale point. Again, this is be a familiar sale point sort of setup if you've played their maps before. This one is Lizard Cooperative. No, it's not. This is Lizard Transport. Oh, well, I'm getting everything confused now. It's because I've written two of them round the wrong way. That one I just showed you. Sorry, that was Lizard Transport. I do apologise. That one there I just mentioned, I'd written further down my list because I came in like this. Anyway, we've got two buy points here. This one here is for liquid fertilizer and herbicide, and then this one just here you can buy seeds, lime and solid fertilizer from. So that is pretty cool. Let's go out. I suppose we should have a look at the map and then you can see where we've been, kind of thing. That's just decorative over there, but I think it's one of those like silo type things. Right, so we did it start off over here, didn't we? I showed you those two sale points. That was the football field. Come through there, did all the animal dealer area, and then I come across, did the bakery, these two sale points, and when we went up in round there, the dairy, the two cow barns, and then across to the BGA, across the highway, in round there, we did these, and we're just out there. We're now going to go to the fuel station. There's got another restaurant sale point there, and we'll start working our way up like so. Now I'm not sure which is the way in and out of this fuel station, but we are going in this way like so. Again, ton of detail going on, so you can get your fuel from there. In round the back, look, we've got scrap cars, things being fixed, sound effects. That one's steaming away. Things on ramps. We've got another workshop trigger just here, which is cool. And then this is our other restaurant sale point. Now again, for this I'm gonna have to go all the way round to get into there, because I don't really want to drive out the wrong way of the highway. I know sometimes I sort of cut corners and cheat like that. I thought we'd do this properly. So huge areas, some of these sale points, but it makes it look like a proper place, you know, big industrial areas. So just in here, and this is Lizard Cooperativa Agro Industrial, which is what I said earlier and got it wrong. As you can see, all this going on, trucks running, probably queuing up waiting to come in and deliver. Just in under here is our sale point. Oh, people probably returning back from their morning break. And then straight across the road we've got our shop. Now I'm not going to go in and around the shop because I'm worried, because music is playing in there and I think someone got copyrighted for it. But if we just poke our nose in, we've got the two people behind the counter as normal, shop icon there, loads of detail, which is pretty cool. We can open all these doors and go in and through. It's pretty smart, nicely detailed. We do have a bit of a sort of ramp system going on here, different sort of stages. Reset points roughly around here, so if you buy, lease or reset anything, it's going to appear there. And we do have another workshop trigger just in under here, so you've got plenty of options for that. Again, cool detail, look, forage wagon, got pressure washers, generators, tyres, and then we've got this, which is the Manitou store forklift even. So we've got access to that, which is nice. I like that when they've done that. Right, out of the shop. And we are going to head north up this lovely crisp road. And just over there you can see the silo. Ooh, for, I think this is the first, well, technically the second farm, because we had the dairy one. So I will stop, I'll open these gates, we'll just have a little drive in and have a little nose. I will show you that liquid tank because that is the first one we've come across. So like so. So like I said, that is a base game silo. You've got a gate down the end where you can go out. We've got this cool shed. This one doesn't have a workshop. And we've also got another gate down there where you can go. Farmhouse is just here. We can go inside, have a nose around, which is pretty cool. But like I say, this farmhouse is on the map. Every single farm, I think. We've got wardrobe function, sleep function on the bed. I think this one, if you get it right, is for the lights. Yes, we can even go out the patio doors. Awesome. And then there's this fella. So it is empty at the minute. It does have a total capacity of 100,000 litres. It will hold water, milk, liquid fertiliser, herbicide, diesel. Awesome. So if we put in 10 litres of water, if we do that again, we'll put in, I don't know, let's put in 50 litres of milk. As you can see, we've got milk and water stored in there. So it's going to be 100,000 litres evened out between whatever you put in there, which is pretty cool. Because some of those that we get, you can only put one product in there. Right, this is the huge sugar production. So like I say, you can buy it, but I mean it is very, very nicely detailed. But whether you've got scope or room to put anything else down, way station, lots of noise. I love this. Look, tractors queuing up. Got sugar cane in the back, but that just looks like a proper, you know, tractor you'd just buy from the shop and pick up yourself. So that's where your slot counts come. Oh, to all the slot counts, I haven't even gone through the equipment, have I? I knew I'd missed something. Right, we'll do that in a second. I think we might as well get down to the farm and do that. We've got another one of these sheds with the workshop on. Oh man, I knew I forgot something. This is literally only my second map tour since before Christmas. We've only had a couple of maps come out since, so I feel a little bit rusty, so I do apologise. Anyway, your pallets of sugar, huge area, will appear all the way along there. You can buy the production. I think we will buy it just so I can show you. So there you go, just sugar cane and sugar cane only, nothing else. But it is an absolute monstrous area. I just don't know if you're going to be able to put anything down. Oh, that's where you're going to tip in your sugar cane, sorry. I'm going too quick now. Right, let's slow things down a little bit. Right, straight across. These are the sugarcane fields on our left. Hopefully they're in different stages of growth. They were earlier. This one looks almost pretty much ready to go. Yeah, look, there we go. Pretty cool. You can see nice distance on this map. And then we are heading to the quarry, which is very bumpy, so we need to take a little steady plod down. This is a huge area as well. Whoa, see what I mean? That is where we are heading, down there. Very nicely done. And that huge pile just there is stones. There is a lot of stones in this quarry, which you probably would expect. But there is a catch. Just like normal with most of them, you cannot pick the stones up, and there is lime as well down the bottom. You might just be able to see. You cannot pick it up or use it unless you buy this plot of land. More stones to our right, look, absolutely loads of stones. And it is a little bit pricey. We'll check that out in a second. Look, look at all the stones down there. We've got stones up here. So many little patch there. And then just here is where you're going to tip in your stones. This is a cool area as well. Seen it on some of their maps before. Tip your stones in there, and if we drive down, we've got lime there ready to go, which looks like a decent amount as well. This is where you're going to collect your lime once it's been produced. And then we'll just stop there, and then we can buy it. Again, I'm going to buy it and show you. So just stones in, lime out, 12 to 9, pretty good ratio like so. Now I am going to cut to us back up there because that's a bit of a long drive. I don't expect you to sit through that. So I will see you up the top, guys. Right, here we go. So this is another farm. Again, we'll just drive straight through. It's got gates on either end. This is the one with a farmhouse and a silo. We've got a few sheds. As you can see, there's a smaller shed in the middle, and we've got two of these big open ones. And then there's your silo in and out. And a little farmhouse again. That is the same one we were inside just a minute ago. So not too bad. I didn't show you 1.1 million just over for that area. So if you want to use the stones and lime, that's how much that is going to cost you. So I think we came from the fuel station, didn't we? Across here we did this agro-industrial cooperative, the shop, all the way up, did that farm into the sugar production, past the sugar cane fields, and went all around like that. And then we're now down here. We're going to carry on down like so, and then like I say, we'll finish off at the farm and I'll go through stock counts and everything there. I cannot believe I missed that. That's something I normally do at the start. Anyway, another huge area on our left. We've got a couple of things going on. So first of all, we'll go in here. I'll just spin around. Excuse the pun, but this is actually the spinnery. So buy it there, tip in there, and then just up the back is where your pallets are going to appear. Lots of noise again. And then next door we've got another sale point. Little weighbridge. Again, another huge area. All the trucks here. Noises. There is a truck in this one, but this is our sale point. And this is the agricultural cooperative. And then out of there, we've got to go across the highway now. Hoping that it is safe. There we go. Straight across, and we are now into this area. And we have got, first of all, on the left, we've got the carpentry. You can sell your wood and obviously buy as a production. And that's where your products are going to appear. And then round this side, this is our sawmill. So this looks like the wood chip out point. You can buy it there. Planks will appear in under here. And then for selling your wood is just through here with your little icon over there, and then just pull up here with your trailer of wood. Happy days. Now we do want to get down this track here, but you need to go around and under, so you can't just cut across on this map because there's a lot of fences and things have been put in place to stop you doing that. But we're going to quickly cut across and then down like that, so through underneath, which is pretty cool. And carry on. Over the wall rickety bridge. That nearly ended up as a disaster. And we are heading in there. But again, we've got to go quite a long way round to get in there. But this is the actual only way in and out, so we have to do this. So in this way, up round the back, and this is our flour factory. So this is basically just like your sort of standard grain mill. So you put in your wheat, barley. I think you can also put soybean and corn in here. Tip it in there, and then your flour's going to appear out the front. Let's have a quick check. We'll buy that. We've got plenty of money. 100 grand for that. If we click on that, yeah, look, we can put in the usual suspects plus corn and soybeans, which is nice. So that is where we are now. We'll head down to the greenhouses, and then we are going to go to the farm. Where's the truck gone? There it is. Right, so out the proper way. That is the river running through to our right. And that's another thing to note, actually. There isn't many crossings for that river. I was hoping there was going to be one down the bottom here that led straight across to our farm, but there isn't. So we may have to get a little bit wet. Right, we're supposed to go all the way down here, which we will. And there's one of those sheds in the distance, and we've got our greenhouses. I'm pretty sure there was 8 of. They are the large ones. Yes, there is indeed. We've also got 4 of those liquid towers, which is nice. So because we've bought this plot of land, we can use all of this straight away. We don't have to buy the greenhouses separately. And like I said earlier, you have to put in water, seeds and fertilizer to get that, but the ratios look pretty good, so I think it's going to be pretty faster than the sort of standard in-game ones, which is what you'd expect if you're adding seeds and fertilizer to it. Right, let's head on down. I mean, I could go back up past the flour factory and go the proper way, but I wonder, do you reckon we could jump the river? I'm not even sure how deep the river is, but literally just across there, look, there's our silo. I don't think we're going to make this, are we, guys? That's going to be too deep. Yeah, that's too deep. Pickup's gone. Right, okay. We'll do it this way. Right, let's do the slot counts before we get carried away. Basically, you can see our cows there. So, in new farmer mode, it is 1,670, which is up there, but do start off with a decent amount of equipment. Why does it say that then? Probably because I've bought something, isn't it? It is 1,670 though, trust me. Right, we start off with a John Deere 6250R, Massey Ferguson 6718, got a nice New Holland harvester, Lizard pickup as you've seen, a Brantner trailer, normal header for your harvester, corn header, Lemkin cultivator, got a planter, we've got a roller, we've got a sprayer, Lyman fertilizer spreader, a forage wagon, and then animals we've got a TMR mixer, feed mixer for your cows, got the MKS8 which will hold different types of liquid, milk, water, liquid fertilizer and herbicide, and then the Joskin Aquatrans, which is just for water. We've got the flea or Noah for your animal transport, a front loader and with some attachments, pallet fork and bucket, trailer for your headers, and a couple of weights, a 2.5 ton one and a 1 ton one. Awesome. So that is the slot count in new farmer mode. If you come on here and farm manage and start from scratch, you don't start off with anything, no land or equipment. It is 1,474. Now I am actually starting to worry. Look, something would have, no, it wouldn't have changed, would it, since I started recording or done my sort of whiz round? No, that's just baffled me, that slot count. It said 1,670 earlier. I think it probably is because we've bought something, but we've got an entrance here to our farm, and as you can see, our cows. Got one of these sheds which has been sort of adapted for the cow barn. We'll do all this. This is where you're going to get your slurry out for your cows. This is your straw area, as you can see in there. And like I said, and you've seen, they are maxed out with all their feed and everything. Now, they have been very good to us on this farm. We've got pretty much everything is full up. So this is full up with straw, as you can see. If I walk up to it, bottom right, 23,000 litres of straw in there. We'll come back to the other things. In here, that is where you're going to collect your milk from, so the tanker's all ready to go. That hasn't got anything in it, so, but this has. That is full up with TMR, as you can see. Look at this. We've got silage bales, we've got hay bales, we've got straw bales. We've got mineral feed over here. There's a manure heap there as well. Oh, we've got some manure. Look, so I'll skip forward. We'll finish off doing the cow bit. There's our transport trailer. This is where you're going to put water in. So just there, you can just about see the glow of the icon underneath the tanker. That has water in as well, like so. Dialog box is there. This will hold 250 cows. We've got 60 in there, which is cool. They all round there, which is nice. And we've got a feed trough just there. Happy days. Silo. It's not a multi-fruit, just standard crop types. So that's where you're going to bit your pipe out. And then your tip in is round this side. Awesome. Moving on up into here. More of our equipment, as you can see. The trailer is empty. But if we go over here, this is full of liquid fertilizer, and this is full of lime, 11,000 litres. Go over to the planter, that has got seeds and solid fertilizer in. Happy days. Look at all this. It's Christmas again. 4 IBCs of herbicide. We've got 4 pallets of solid fertilizer, 4 pallets of seeds, 4 pallets of liquid fertilizer. We've also got logs. Look, they've got a mass. We can't pick them up, but we can use them. Maple ones, and even these look a bit ropey, but we can use them. Happy days. And then we've got our farmhouse just there. We've been in there, not that one, but we've been in one like it. And our liquid tank. And that is it, guys. These are our fields. What I'll do is I'll do a fly through. You may see the government subsidy signs chucked down in this field. But like I said earlier, if you cleared these trees, you could plough that through, join that up. Got yourself a really big field then. Probably have to get rid of the gate and fence there. But happy days, there's the government subsidies. Right, I'm going to fly through like that and just show you the little farmhouse down the end here. And that is it. It's literally just the farmhouse and one of those liquid towers, but you do get this field here with it. So pretty cool. That is the map, guys. Apologies if it was a little bit bumbling around, but I'm still getting the swing of it again. It feels like I'm a complete newbie again. That is BR-163 MS by Zero Oito, and that is the map, guys. We've done it all. Hope you have enjoyed it and you stuck with me. Like I said, apologies for messing up some bits and missing some bits out, but I think we got there in the end. If you have enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up, guys. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. That would be fantastic. And don't forget to smash that bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.